Ellies, one of the best or widest held shares amongst retail investors on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, came out with a 36% boom in its headline earnings per share. But as Lindsay and I were talking off air, it decided to pass its dividend. Wayne Sampson, the chief executive of Ellies, is with us, and the share price is down 3% at the moment. It started 4% lower to begin with. The dividend passing has not been well met.
Correct. There was a reason for it. In the commentary, we stated that there's a new satellite provider coming to the market, OVHD, which is a free-to-view offering of 15 plus channels. Ellies is going to be a major distributor of the hardware, so it was a matter of having the boxes spec, getting the boxes manufactured for delivery that we can have them in the stores by October. So it was utilizing of that cash for another growth area that we see, which is going to be, we believe, is going to be very big and have a lot of longevity.
What did your dividend cost you last year?
10 cents a dividend, 30 million.
30 million. So you take the 30 million, put it into the new
We put it
new
into the new
opportunity.
opportunity. I think we put more than that into the new opportunity, but we believe it's going to be change the viewing environment in the country.
How?
It's a very different offering in that it's free to view. So you're basically buying your equipment, your receiver or an installation if necessary, and that's your only cost. Thereafter, you've got 15 plus channels. 5 of them are going to be in full HD, 1080, and the only revenue that the channel gets is on its advertising. So as the end user, you're not paying any subscription, and this is appealing to the lower and the middle LSMs. I don't think it's bumping heads with the likes of a DSTV because it's appealing to a totally different market.
Wayne, you've seen this all before. It'd be very interesting to actually explore a bit further. You've been with Ellies, I think it's your 24th year now.
Yeah.
Your chairman, Elliot Selko, started the business in 1979. You listed it here in the stock market in 2007. But long before you listed the company, you had LSAT, which was a satellite distributor, the market leader. Is that the opportunity for you to have another go at a new market arena?
Yeah, this is just giving LSAT another avenue out. Talk in the market, there's quite a few new happening in the market. I believe when we're sitting here this time next year, I believe the viewing environment in South Africa is going to be significantly different. From the DSTVs to the OVHDs, there's talks of others coming out. DTT hopefully would have rolled out.
I've got to stop you there. You used an anagram that not too many people understand. You know all about DTT because when we spoke here in 2007, you were talking about DTT, or digital terrestrial television. 2007. It's now 2013 and we still haven't seen it. What makes you confident it's going to happen this time?
The whisperings in the corridor say that the new minister is very eager to get things going. Listen, the rest of the world's not waiting for South Africa. So come 2015, protection on analog signal ceases and the country needs to be ready. I don't think we can delay anymore. I don't think we can hold up. And so it needs to happen. Ellies, as a company already, we've probably invested in excess of 50 million rand in infrastructure, machinery and stock for the DTT rollout, and I think we're ideally positioned. We're one of the only companies that can produce 100% local content product.
So just take us through the transformation that might happen in Ellies with digital television, given your current situation where you do have energy as a big player as well. What are you likely to look like in a year, 2-3 years' time?
2-3 years' time, we might see the division split out a little bit more, where you might have LSAT in its own silo, the terrestrial in its own silo, and energy efficiency in its own silo. The energy efficiency side slowly moving that way, and funny enough, between the consumer and the infrastructure side, we're seeing a lot of synergies happening at the moment with the energy efficiency. Megatron division is involved with all the new RPPs, having the big inverter that we manufacture for SMA for the RPP projects. We've just bought a water purification.
You love your anagrams.
Independent power producer, sorry.
We aren't all in the business, right?
Independent power producers, and we've just bought a water purification company. So we've got our eye on seeing where things might go in the future. Now we hear the adverts on the radio where water would probably be the next major event worldwide. So that's where we're keeping our eye on, and we're looking for these areas in the market where we see growth into the future.
You're very entrepreneurial. Ellies always has been. How many of these pitches that you swing at actually go past you? How many do you swing at that aren't successful?
We're quite happy if we're on a 7 out of 10 ratio. We've got a philosophy, if you're not betting, you can't hit sixes. And if we're going to try something, we're going to try it. We put all our effort into it, and some of them don't work out.
So you have good years and bad years.
We have good years and bad years.
This was a good year. At the cash operating level, a 200 million rand turnaround, 153 million in cash that came into the business. Last year there was a 43 million outflow. What caused that?
It was just timing issues, really, when it comes to stock and revenues coming in. I think the important thing to have a look at is, since we listed in 2007, we've shown a 20% growth year on year compound. So we're consistent with our results, we're consistent with our profits. Like yourself, you put pressure on us, and we're going to have to deliver in the next 6 months again. So we look at constantly moving targets, new areas of business. We believe in market today with consumer spending is down a little bit. We've got to look at new avenues and new potential growth areas.
We haven't touched on the energy side yet. Perhaps we can go there. You've got is it green shop in a shop?
We've got a shop within mass build, and we're busy rolling out other ones. And what it does is gives you a destination that when you walk into likes of a builder's warehouse, there's an energy efficient destination where you can go and ask questions about lighting, about PV, about anything that you want, and get the right professional advice, how much you're going to be saving your electricity bill, what your outlet's going to be, your payback periods. And so we give this kind of information to the consumer because we believe that the consumer is being confused before then.
So you're educating people to save themselves money?
Correct.
And how uneducated are we as South African consumers?
We're pretty uneducated, especially when it comes to new technologies. And it's been extremely successful in the green stores, and we're going to look at rolling this out, what we call red stores. So hopefully we'll come with a thing called Ellies Connect, and whereby you'll have a destination to go and have a look at all your viewing options. So whether you want to choose a DSTV, an OVHD, etc., and we can help you in your choice and tell you what you can look forward to.
When you're coming off a much higher base now after a 36% growth in headline earnings per share, are you confident that that 20% number that you used before is likely to be repeated next year?
I think as a year-on-year figure, we're quite confident it can be repeated. We had a tall order to follow, having that Eskom RMR project, and we had to follow up on it. Megatron has been a little bit lumpy when it comes to the starts and ends of projects. But the forecast over a year is pretty bullish for us still.